He urged the new Attorney General to defend the state.
It's not the one that while you are here, they now pay money to give you a son. When you become the son, the only thing you do is to sabotage government. Instead of you to close your mouth, you go publicly to claim that you're a learned person. To go publicly to tell people that you're the chief law officer. Chief law officer, you were here, you went to stand before a magistrate court. At that time, you didn't remember that you were a chief law officer going against the ethics of your job. You have a big tax. As it is today, in the local palace, they said the jungle has matured. We will be setting a panel of inquiry to investigate the affair of governance.
Governor Fubara also said there were deliberate attempts to sabotage his administration.
If we have a disagreement, no matter how bad it is, it should be resolved. But it has become very clear that this disagreement, there is no headway to it. And for a lot of reasons, there are very, very visible evidence that there is sabotage, deliberate attempt to sabotage this administration. Maybe where they are telling them nothing will happen, nothing will happen. It's happening here live. We have our own legislatures that are performing their duty according to the Constitution. So that record is threatened.
Earlier, Mr. Dagogo Iboroma, a senior advocate of Nigeria, pledged to uphold the rule of law. He thanked Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the opportunity.
I thank His Excellency, the Governor of Kwara for finding me worthy to be nominated as a commissioner into his cabinet. I also want to state clearly and without any equivocation that I will uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria and ensure that at all times the rule of law is maintained. Thank you.
Also speaking, leader of the Victor Okojumbo-led House of Assembly, Sokari Goodboy, commended the portfolio of Mr. Iboroma, describing it as great.
Today was just a simple thing for us. What we did today just screening a commissioner. We know too well that there are vacancies in the executive arm of government, and as a state, what we do most times is to assist the legislative in approval and making sure that they continue with their own business to benefit the people of Nigeria. So today was basically to screen a commissioner, and we never had much problem because the commissioner CV was so rich. We are happy that he's coming to assist to move the government forward.
As you may know, the screening and confirmation is the first legislative session since the election of new principal officers and the Speaker, Victor Okojumbo, backed by lawmakers supporting Governor Fubara of Rivers State. In another development, former Deputy Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Leyi Kwani, is urging Governor Siminalayi Fubara to quickly appoint commissioners to fill the remaining vacancies in the State Executive Council. Mr. Kwani gave this advice following the nomination and screening of Iboroma Dagogo as Commissioner for Justice.
I want to also urge His Excellency to go ahead and fill the whole cabinet so that Rivers State can be up and kicking. Who are we waiting for? The other 27 defected honorable members? Their seat has been declared vacant. It behoves on INEC to conduct election so that those seats can be occupied. But while all of that is going on, are we going to idle governance? Are we going to sit back and wait for them? We just have to go ahead. Rivers State must be running. So His Excellency owe that duty to fill the cabinet so that everywhere will be occupied and the system will be up and kicking.
Mr. Kwani also urged Mr. Dagogo to ensure that he challenges all the laws and amendments made by the Martin Amiode-led Rivers State House of Assembly.
When I heard of the nomination of Dagogo Ibroma Israel and his name forwarded to the Rivers State House of Assembly, I was very, very excited because I have known him over the years. Dagogo is a man of very high, impeccable integrity. I can call him one in a million. So not just a stakeholder, but I was also part of the screening because I witnessed the screening. I was at the Government House auditorium that has been converted into the Rivers State House of Assembly now. So his nomination is timely.
In a related development, the former Rivers East Senator Andrew Uchendu has asked President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State. Senator Uchendu, in an interview with our correspondent, was reacting to the statement by presidential spokesperson Ajurin Gelale on Arise Television that the president will not take sides in the crisis.
Rivers State is one of the states of the Federation that he should constitutionally protect. As a Rivers son, I am ashamed of the dance in the market. Both the governor and Nyeso Wike should be restrained by well-meaning citizens of this state to sheath the sword. Enough should be enough. We have been in the news for the wrong reasons. All other states have settled down for serious governance. This is not the time for politics. Can they allow us breathe? Can they allow us to have the dividend of democracy?
Senator Uchendu urged the Martin Amewule-led lawmakers to allow Rivers State to have peace or go to court to seek interpretation of the constitutional provision stipulating that the lawmaker's seat becomes vacant upon defection from the party to sponsor this election.
If the issue is about the authority and influence of the legislature, the constitution is very clear that once you defect from the party that sponsored your election ab initio to another party without any reasonable cause, no division in your party, then you have automatically lost your seat. My younger brothers in the House of Assembly should kindly maybe go to court to appeal against that provision and seek further interpretation. And they are our children, they are our brothers, they are our husbands. So they should allow this state to rest and have peace.
Moving on. President Bola Tinubu launched a campaign to promote inclusive education, skill development, and gender equity today. The campaign, tagged We Are Equal, is an initiative of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development. A statement by presidential spokesperson Ajurin Gelale said the campaign, which focuses on health, education, economic empowerment, and gender-based violence, has been launched in 15 African countries. In other news, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will launch the continuous voters registration on the 27th of May. This comes ahead of the Edo and Ondo state governorship elections. The INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, said this today during a meeting with political parties at the commission's headquarters in Abuja. The continuous voters registration exercise will start from the 27th of May to the 5th of June. Still to come, labor unions barricade neck discos offices over electricity tariff hike.
Congratulations. This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back now to the rest of the news. A member of Nigeria Medical and Health Workers Union, Bani Letam, has accused local government chairman of not paying health workers their approved salaries. Speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire, Mr. Bani accused the council chairman of taking the health workers' salaries following the ongoing political crisis in the state. He also commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara for withholding the allocation of local government chairmen.
So health workers, their salary is nothing to write them about because they refuse to pay health workers what are due them. The question is, what have they been doing with other allocations they've been collecting? In fact, medical health workers in our River State Council were in support and we appreciate this excellency for refusing to release the statutory allocation to Adam. But the point is that this excellency have done is best because without that, now we're in May. They are supposed to move of it on the 17th of June. If you release that money, they will run away with it. They will not pay because of this political rascality.
On his part, the national president of Primary Healthcare Workers Association, Daniel Acheme, said withholding local government workers' salaries is the only way to resolve impending issues raised by health workers in the state.
Workers are not worried at all because we want the governor of Rivers State use this period to streamline certain things that have gone so wrong in the system. A system that is done for the purpose of curtailment of excesses. It is for checks and balance. So don't surprise that governor is withhold the allocation of council.
In other news, the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and the Trade Union Congress TUC this morning blocked the corporate headquarters of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company PHEDC and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission NEC office. It follows the ongoing nationwide protest by labour unions over the hike in electricity tariff for Band A customers. The labour unions are calling for the reversal of the tariff. Rivers State NLC Chairman Alex Egwanwo, in an interview with correspondent Obi Oruwari, said the electricity tariff increase is discriminatory.
In as much we want more power supply, but we don't want it to be discriminatory. Because we have seen a case here now where they take from the poor and give to the rich. Because it's very obvious that what NEC is doing is that they give power for those who they think can pay. And now for those who cannot pay, they put them in darkness. And for us, we are all Nigerians. We have only equal right to power. So they should not discriminate who gets power and who will not get. So we're asking them to reverse this tariff. It's very discriminatory and it is not acceptable. Let that tariff plan be changed. Let them revert back to the old 65 kilowatts tariff. Let everybody have equal tariff plan. And let power be provided for everybody.
Mr. Agwanwo also accused NEC, discos and transmission companies of exploiting Nigerians.
Even those are paying for the 20 hours Band A plan, they are not even getting power for 20 hours. But they are being billed for that amount. What kind of injustice is that? What kind of country are we? We cannot continue in this way. Well, we have had volume of complaints, mostly from our own members. And these workers are given a target. Even when they know the operation they are working for is not doing the right thing. Whether you use power or not, they will give you bill. And a man that did not get light, and you are coming to collect from him. Most of our members who are working under them have faced various harassment at different levels, some even almost to death.
On his part, the South-South-Southeast Regional Deputy Secretary General of Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Light Company, Innocent Lord Douglas, who represented the TUC chairman, said the policy has left more citizens suffering untold hardship.
As we are doing now, the pressure will definitely make government to do a reversal. And if they don't, of course, Labour, we are not lacking strength. We are going to utilize all our arsenals to get what we want. Because of a truth, this policy is evil. This policy have caused a division among Nigerians. We are supposed to be equal. We are supposed to. The worst is even that even those that are in the bank A, as it were, has all bypassed the energy, the meter, because they cannot even pay the amount that they are being voiced on. The policy of government is even causing economic loss.
Reacting to the protests, some Port Harcourt residents have urged the organised labour to rather protest against weightier issues like the increase in fuel price. They tell our correspondent that the organised labour is fighting for their interests.
They are fighting for themselves, and that's why we have to sit up to make sure everything goes well. So everybody now is suffering, everything's going wrong. Now I'm going back to my house with nothing. I'm a family man with 4 children. Nothing come out.
That's not a good thing because that is not what they should prioritize now. But there are a lot of things that are hard in this country, not tariff. Because the prices of goods are going up. Citizens are finding how to feed. So I think that protest shouldn't go on. If I think they should look for another thing else to do, not to go for protest because of tariff, but they should prioritize on other maybe fuel or squad. The mix of transportation is also going high.
I think they are fighting for themselves. Why I said they are fighting for themselves, I think they are also fighting for their own benefit.
Now they ain't concerned. Now their own problem with that. Now I not follow for my own problem. Better is for themselves, not for me.
Reacting to the protests, some Port Harcourt residents have urged the organised labour to rather... Oh, I mentioned that already. We'll go for the foreign scene. Do stay tuned. Postponed the execution of a Kenyan man, Stephen Muyako. Mr. Munyako, son of a veteran journalist Dorothy Kweyu, received the death penalty in 2011 following a fight that led to the death of a colleague. Both of them sustained stab wounds, but only Munyako survived. Under Saudi law, a death sentence can be lifted if the family agrees to get compensation instead. Mr. Munyako's family in Kenya have been attempting to raise the required blood money, which is about $940,000. On the news this evening, you heard the Rivers State government says it will probe the administration of former Governor Nyesom Wike. Rivers State now has a new Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Dagogo Iboroma. Labour unions today blocked NEC and DISCO's offices over electricity tariff hike. INEC to launch continuous voters registration from May the 27th. On the foreign scene, Saudi Arabia has postponed the execution of a Kenyan man. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS to... The news was edited by Martha Okere in Cam. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Korubatubo. Good evening to stay tuned.